Hey there, Internet, how's it going? So, the Phantom Pain, Hideo Kojima has been working on that for a good while now, and honestly, because this is going to be the very first open world Metal Gear Solid game, he does kind of have some concerns in which that this game may be too big for people to honestly find everything in and 100% complete it, which that is something in which that he is honestly worried about, and he is worried that they won't be able to finish the story, because honestly, for what Ground Zeroes is, he says that Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain is about 200 times bigger than what Ground Zeroes was. And that is something in which that we do kind of have to take into account, because I did recently check an interview from him from Did You Know Gaming, and from what I heard from that, that is one of the reasons in which that he kind of didn't necessarily focus on telling the story through cutscenes as much as he actually kind of like taken out some of the story aspects and put them into these little findable discs, or necessarily like in these collectibles in which that tell the story through these audio logs, which honestly is something which does seem pretty interesting. However, he does kind of present the same type of concern there, in which that the game itself, you have all these options to go to any base you want to. You have the option of just going through the main story and not necessarily doing all the behind the scenes stuff. You could just literally just go through the story, or possibly, and then just find all of the major stuff, and then just go on to the end of the story. You could miss up. You could miss out upon all the important stuff in which that he really kind of wanted to throw in and sweeten up the story. So there's always that. However, as that concern, it may be there. There is an option. I mean, like how big the game is. It could honestly tempt a few players to actually just want to go out and find all of these things. And honestly, it could be something which like, instead of him worrying about it to be a negative thing, it could be a positive thing in which that we do want to go out and find all of these audio logs and find all these story elements and everything. It could end up being a good thing. So honestly, until the game comes out, pretty much all I can say is that I'm really looking forward to Phantom Pain, and honestly, its size really doesn't intimidate me. And honestly, it is a thing in which that I am looking forward to, and I do hope that, because that this is the very first open world Metal Gear Solid game aside from Ground Zeroes, you do gotta ask the question of, if it's gonna be bigger than Ground Zeroes, we might be getting like way more Ground Zeroes within this game, or at least like just take like what Ground Zeroes was, if you just being into one base, and you gotta expand that by like 5 or 6 or whatever. It's actually interesting to kind of see how they can do that with a game like Phantom Pain. So honestly, I do see some positive things coming from this, and pretty much I do give this game my full support. And honestly, I hope you guys do too. So yeah, check it out when it comes out, and I will see you guys on the next John Graham Show. So keep watching Anime, keep playing video games. I am out.